Hello, and thank you for joining today's video on how to reduce tattling. My name is Sheila Arendt, and I'm an infant and early childhood mental health consultant at Children's Resource Center. To start with, I just wanted to review that tattling, although frustrating, especially if you're dealing with it quite a bit, is developmentally appropriate for young children. Dr. Becky Bailey, who is the creator of Conscious Discipline, which is a social and emotional curriculum for young children, states developmentally, children up to the age of 8 are genetically programmed to bring their distress to significant adults for assistance. So if they're coming to you with a situation, it means there's an element of trust. They think that you will be able to help when they're not able to, or they don't know the skills to be able to handle it. But although it is developmentally appropriate for them to come to you, we do want to work with children to help them know when are those situations that they can handle on their own, ones that we would consider tattling, and when are the times that they really do need to come to you as the adult. So we want to tell them the difference between tattling and telling. So tattling, I would say, are those times, are those situations that they could handle on their own. Things like someone broke a rule. That's a rule you have for a reason, but it doesn't lead to any safety issues. Um, Someone won't share toys. This is a common one. Or someone took someone else's toys. Someone's not where they're supposed to be, but yet there's not a safety concern. Someone did something to someone else, and I'm sure you could name many more times that a child comes to you and tells you about a situation that really could be ignored or they could handle it on their own. Versus those times that you really do want a child to come and tell you a situation where someone is hurt, and it's big enough that maybe someone's bleeding or a more significant injury. We do want to hear about those times. Someone is sick, situation is dangerous, or those times where it goes beyond childhood teasing and it's been repeated and it's now gone into a bullying situation. We want to teach the children to come tell us in those times. A good time to teach the difference between tattling and telling is when you're not in the situation. So teach them beforehand and have that conversation about the difference. And one of the ways that you could do that is through stories. Here are a list of children's books that deal with the issue of tattling. Teaching kids through stories is a great way to engage them and teach them some valuable lessons. So the next time a child does come and tattle to you, you can remind them, because you've already had the conversation about tattling versus telling, you can review that with them and help them decide, is this something they can handle on their own, or do they really need to tell you? And then you can also coach them through problem-solving skills. So ultimately, we want children to have the skills that they need so that they can handle the situations on their own that we would classify as tattling. So teaching them those problem-solving skills might look like communicating assertively, telling them and coaching them on the skills and the words that you want them to say to that other child. So taking toys is an easy one. How would you want your child to communicate if someone else took their toy? By saying something along the lines of, I don't like it when you take my toy, give it back. Or, this is my toy, let's take turns. Something along those lines. And also, you can talk to them about what their options are. So let's say it's toys again. Could they share? Could they take turns? Could they choose another activity? At the beginning of this, when your child is still learning problem-solving skills, they might need you to go with them and help walk through what to say to the other child. But as they become more skilled in using assertive communication and problem-solving skills, you can go less and less with them when they're communicating with other children. For resources for you, here is the article that I looked at with Conscious Discipline, and also my email. Feel free to reach out to me if you have any questions or concerns. Thank you for joining, and I hope you found this helpful.